Hey, what's going on, guys? Jonathan here, the Fish Room Addict, and I'm looking at the baby Mbunas. It's kind of loud in here. I did not turn off the pond, and it's pretty loud. Usually I shut that down during my videos, but I'll show you that pond in a minute. So these are the baby Blue Johannii Mbunas. And as of right now, it's actually been 2 days past a week from the time that they were spit out. So they're they're still very tiny. If you could tell, they're starting to show their stripes a little bit. Still very shy, don't want to come out very much. They're freaked out right now because I'm standing here holding a phone close to them. But yeah, I'm still counting about 13. They're so fast when they move, it's really hard to get a count. But I believe there's anywhere from 13 to 15 in there. I'm excited to see what they end up turning out to be, so. See if they come out here in a minute, maybe. I don't know, usually there's one or two hiding in here. I don't see any there though. Alright, but yeah, you can tell they're growing. They're eating a lot. You can tell they're eating. They got little full bellies. They're starting to become a little bit more social as well. You can see that one right there. He's really getting some stripes to him. I don't know. I say he. It could be a she, but I'm gonna say it's a he because I think, you know, from my experience, they get pretty black. Oh, what in the? All right. So they get pretty black whenever they're males, and then the females are typically a little bit lighter color. So we'll see what they end up being. Some close-ups. I don't think they're gonna come out much. So right now I've got them in a 10-gallon, just a bare bottom 10. You can kind of see over here in the background here, there's actually another 10-gallon that has been cycled. It's had fish in it, and I'm actually probably, as these guys kind of continue to grow out a little bit, I'm going to move probably half of them over there. I know 10 gallons is not exactly ideal for these fish. I've kept them and grew them out to, about 2 inches or so in a 10. I know it's probably not ideal, but I've done it. And that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to split these up. Since there's about 13 to 15, I'm going to split them up. And I've actually got another 10-gallon sitting behind me that I've not filled, but I will jump start with some aquarium water. And the second filter actually over here, I've been alternating these day by day and to grow some bacteria. So that one of these sponge filters will actually go in this 10. And I'll put some in that as well to help kind of grow out. And I've got a 50-gallon barrel that I will probably put them all in as they continue to grow out if I don't end up selling or trading or doing something different with him. But I do have a backup plan as they continue to grow if they do not go in the 55. Speaking of which, we can take a look at and see how they're all right there. Chilling, hanging out. There's Mama back in there with them all at the top. They act like they're starving to death all the time. And they're really not, I promise. They eat like pigs. And I put some Nerite snails in here a few weeks back, and boy, they've really knocked down the algae out. Maybe a little bit more than what I was hoping for. Yeah. I was kind of hoping to keep some of it, but keep it under control a little bit. There is a little bit still growing on the background. I don't know if you can see that or not. And they, you catch them back, you catch the fish back there now and then, kind of munching on it a little bit. But those Nerite snails have really kept it clean. So, but for as well as they're fed, they are not starving. I can assure you that. Little fat bellies. So the 200-gallon makeshift pond. This is kind of going back. This is kind of where I really got this addiction going. What I've done, so a buddy of mine gave me this tote. He raised koi fish, and to be honest, I don't really know what this tank was for, but you can tell it's got a lot of different plumbing coming out, different sides as well on the other side. Here, it's got some different pipes. So most of this is plugged, or the water level stays, actually I guess the water level stays below all of this. I picked this up from him I was afraid that my goldfish at the time were going to freeze in my little outdoor pond. I don't have a very big outdoor pond, and if you've read the bio on the YouTube channel, you know that's kind of why I got into fish. Well, that's why I got into fish. So, I was afraid that it was going to freeze up, that tank out there was going to freeze up solid. So I picked this up from him, and I brought it here, and then I took the filter, basically it's a really simple system. This is very loud, but I put a pump in the bottom, and I run my hose up to this old toolbox, alright? And so inside this toolbox, I'm going to try to do this without making a huge mess everywhere. Inside of this toolbox, and you can see this is just some like filter fabric that I picked up at a local department store. And you can see it's kind of my mechanical filtration. And it's definitely due to be clean. And then below that, I had the K1 media kind of cycling underneath of there for biological filtration. And in the front of this, what I did was I just cut some holes and glued in these PVC drain caps. And so it's simply, water comes up, goes to mechanical filtration, and then cycles through the biological that's in there kind of churning, and it drains out. And then it's oxygenating the water when it's basically the waterfall. So it's working. I've got a few goldfish. I don't know, some big goldfish in here. I got a couple commons. I got a comet in there. There's a butterfly, telescoping butterfly. I'm not sure exactly what the actual name of that is. He's cool. There's I don't know. There's a couple others. There's actually a freshwater crappie, and as well as a flathead catfish that hides underneath of that brick. I inherited them with a tank, and I've been afraid to throw them back because I assume they will die, not knowing how to hunt and live properly in the wild. So, anywho, that's the 200-gallon indoor pond that I have for the time being. And it stays about 64 degrees in here. So inside of my fish room, which is my shop, it stays decently warm inside of here. Enough to keep my pond water, which is not heated at all, right around 64 degrees. If it's real cold out, it might drop a little bit lower, but I've never really seen it below 60 degrees, so that's a good thing. So yeah, there you have it. This was really about the baby Mbunas, but there's a short little fish room tour